A small velvet box, a quiet dinner, no cameras, no press releases, just Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump, alone at the Jupiter Island compound, sharing a moment that wasn't meant for the world to see. But in a world where nothing stays secret for long, the whispers started immediately. The ring, the timing, the message it sends. And now everyone is asking the same question. Did Tiger Woods just take the next step? Subscribe for the full story of the gift that has everyone talking. It happened on a quiet Tuesday evening, the kind that has become routine at the Jupiter Island compound. Dinner with the kids, homework questions, the chaos of 7 children settling into a life that still feels new, even months after the moving trucks arrived. When the youngest finally drifted off to bed, Tiger and Vanessa found themselves alone on the back patio, the intercoastal glittering under a half moon. No cameras, no phones, just the two of them, the way it had been since the beginning. What happened next wasn't planned for social media. There was no photographer lurking in the bushes, no coordinated Instagram post waiting in drafts. According to sources close to the couple, Tiger simply reached into his pocket and produced a small velvet box. Vanessa's reaction, witnesses say, was genuine surprise, the kind that can't be faked. The ring itself is described as classic and understated, a stark contrast to the $100,000 diamond Don Jr. famously received for free in exchange for proposing outside a New Jersey jewelry store 2 decades ago. This one was chosen by Tiger himself, without fanfare or sponsorship. Just a man, a box, and a question. Vanessa didn't post about it. Tiger didn't either. For 48 hours, the moment remained theirs alone. But in a compound with 7 children, 2 nannies, and a rotating security detail, secrets have a short shelf life. By Thursday morning, the whispers had reached the tabloids. By Friday, the question was everywhere. Did Tiger Woods just propose? The rumors have been circulating for months. Long before the ring, before the moving trucks, before Vanessa's 5 children became a permanent fixture at the Jupiter Island compound, whispers followed Tiger and Vanessa everywhere they went. Friends talked, sources leaked, tabloids speculated. And at the center of it all was one persistent narrative. Vanessa wanted the next step, and Tiger was hesitating. It wasn't hard to understand why. Tiger Woods has been married once. That marriage ended in the most public, humiliating way possible. The 2009 Thanksgiving scandal wasn't just a tabloid moment. It was a life-altering event that cost him sponsors, respect, and years of his career. The scars run deep. Friends say he's admitted privately that the idea of walking down the aisle again terrifies him. Divorce is hard enough when you're a normal person, one source told People. When you're Tiger Woods, it's a public execution. He doesn't want to go through that again. Vanessa, by contrast, has been divorced for nearly a decade. She's raised 5 children alone, navigated the Trump family spotlight with grace, and emerged on the other side with her dignity intact. Friends say she's ready for a partner, not just a boyfriend, ready for commitment, not just companionship. The tension between those 2 timelines has been the quiet undercurrent of their entire relationship. Tiger moving slowly, deliberately, weighed down by history. Vanessa moving forward, ready to build something new. The ring changes that dynamic. Whether it's a promise ring, an engagement ring, or something in between, the message is unmistakable. Tiger is no longer hesitating. The velvet box, whatever it contains, is proof that the man who spent 16 years avoiding commitment is finally ready to risk it again. The ring itself has become the subject of intense speculation. Unlike the free $100,000 diamond Donald Trump Jr. received for proposing outside a New Jersey jewelry store 2 decades ago, this one was chosen by Tiger himself. No sponsorship, no publicity stunt, just a personal gesture from a man known for his meticulous attention to detail. Sources close to the couple describe the ring as classic and understated, a stark contrast to the commercial spectacle of Vanessa's first engagement. That ring, a 4-carat diamond from Bailey Banks and Biddle, was complimentary in exchange for Trump Jr. proposing in front of paparazzi at the Short Hills Mall. The moment was staged for maximum publicity, a transaction disguised as romance. This time is different. There's no marketing angle here, one insider told reporters. Tiger doesn't do anything without thinking it through. Every decision he makes, especially now, is deliberate. This wasn't for show. The timing is significant. For months, speculation has swirled that Vanessa is ready for the next step. A source told the National Enquirer in January that it's no secret she wants to take things up a notch and have a ring on her finger. The same source acknowledged Tiger's hesitation, rooted in the painful memories of his divorce from Ellen Nordgren nearly 2 decades ago. He will admit that was the biggest fumble of his life, the source said. He doesn't talk about it a lot, but on the rare occasion he opens up, he admits the regret still weighs on him pretty heavily. The ring changes that narrative. Whether it's a promise ring, an engagement ring, or something in between, the message is unmistakable. Tiger is no longer hesitating. The man who spent years guarding his privacy, who named his luxury yacht Privacy after the 2009 scandal that destroyed his first marriage, is finally ready to risk it again. For Vanessa, the symbolism runs deeper. Her first engagement was a public spectacle, a deal struck for free jewelry and media coverage. This one is private, personal, and chosen with care. The contrast couldn't be starker. As one observer noted, she went from a ring that was literally a commercial to a ring that represents something real. That's not lost on her. The first person Vanessa told wasn't her mother, it wasn't her best friend, it was Kai. The 18-year-old, already committed to the University of Miami golf program and navigating her own relationship with Charlie Woods, has become Vanessa's closest confidant in the blended household. When Vanessa knocked on her door late that Tuesday night, ring still on her finger, Kai took one look and burst into tears. "He did it?" Kai whispered. Vanessa nodded, holding out her hand. Kai examined the ring, then looked at her mother. "You deserve this. You really do." The younger children processed the news differently. Chloe, 10, immediately demanded to be flower girl. Donald III, 16, and still protective, asked his mother privately if she was happy. When she said yes, he nodded and said nothing more, the highest form of approval a 16-year-old can give. Tristan and Spencer, 13 and 12, were mostly concerned with whether this meant more rules. Assured that it didn't, they returned to their video games. Charlie Woods learned the news from Kai, not Tiger. He drove down from Florida State that weekend, appearing at the compound with a handshake for Tiger and a long conversation with Vanessa. "Welcome to the family," he said simply. For a young man about to become a stepbrother to 5 new siblings, it was the exact right thing. Sam Woods, still at Stanford, FaceTimed within hours. Her reaction was measured, thoughtful, the response of someone who has spent her life navigating the complexities of her father's public relationships. "If you're happy, I'm happy, and my dad looks happier than I've ever seen him," double quote. Donald Trump Jr. learned through a text Vanessa sent the next morning. His response was characteristically brief. "Good for you, good for him. The kids are happy. That's all that matters." Friends say the message was genuine, a reflection of co-parenting that has evolved from necessity into genuine mutual respect. Ellen Nordgren heard through Sam. Her reaction, relayed through mutual friends, was simple. "I hope they're happy." 16 years after the divorce that defined tabloid coverage of her life, she meant it. Inside the compound, the news settled quietly. No party, no announcement, just 7 children, 2 adults, and the quiet knowledge that something had shifted. The dynasty wasn't just blended anymore, it was becoming permanent. The velvet box has been opened. The ring is on her finger, but the question everyone is asking remains unanswered. Did Tiger Woods actually propose? Sources close to the couple remain deliberately vague. "It's a commitment," one insider said. "What you want to call it is between them." Another added, "Tiger doesn't do anything without thinking it through. Whatever this is, it's intentional." The distinction matters. A promise ring carries different weight than an engagement ring. A private commitment differs from a public announcement. And for a man who has spent his entire adult life under a microscope, controlling the narrative is everything. Vanessa's been photographed twice since the ring appeared, once at a Benjamin School pickup, once at a local grocery store. In both images, her left hand is notably absent. Whether that's intentional avoidance or simple coincidence, the tabloids have their theories. If this is an engagement, the wedding speculation will begin immediately. Where would they marry? The Jupiter Island compound, intimate and private? Mar-a-Lago, grand and symbolic? A destination wedding far from the cameras? Friends have already dismissed White House rumors as bullshit that doesn't stand up to any sort of critical thinking. If it's a promise, the timeline stretches. Charlie is entering Florida State this fall. Kai begins at Miami. The youngest children are still settling into their new lives. A wedding in the immediate future would add chaos to a household still finding its rhythm. Either way, the message is clear. Tiger Woods, at 50, battered by surgeries and scandal, is building something he never expected, a family. Not the carefully curated image of a dynasty, not the legacy of trophies and records, something messier, louder, more chaotic, and infinitely more human. For Vanessa, the ring represents something she's never had. Her first engagement was a transaction, a free diamond in exchange for a publicity stunt. This one, whatever it is, was chosen with care, given in private, and received in genuine surprise. The children are watching, the world is speculating, and two people who have spent their lives in the brightest possible spotlight are trying for the first time to build something in the dark. What comes next is anyone's guess, but one thing is certain: the velvet box changed everything. For more stories at the intersection of sports, legacy, and family, subscribe and hit the notification bell.